Okay, so ayan, no? So good evening everyone and to all the participants that are here, thank you first of all, no, for attending this session that we have tonight. Salamat for again, no, making an effort to at least, no, gain some knowledge that will be very useful for you pagdating ng board exam. No, so before anything else, before I begin, let me just lead everybody in prayer. If you are there with me, you can pray with me. So let's begin. Lord, we thank you for this evening. Salamat for another session that you have given us. We hope that this session brings insights, brings inspiration to all of our listeners here this evening. And we do hope that yung mga pinagdaanan ng ating mga ng mga guests natin, no, for this evening is alam namin pagdadaanan din ng mga students yan. We do hope that they are able to also emulate kung ano yung ginawa na ating mga guests for this evening. We do hope this becomes a productive session, and we praise you and we love you. All these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so good evening once again, and Doc Chino here. And welcome to this free webinar. We call it a webinar, but it's more actually of like a talk show eh. No? Parang ganun, no? Kung merong Tony Talks, okay, merong Doc Chino Talks, no? Parang ganun, no? But we officially named this session our Talk with the Topnotchers, a primer to the PLE. So tips, strategies, and frequently asked questions, no? So we are currently with 70 participants here. Thank you very much for attending. Okay, if since this session is free, you can send the link to your friends, kung they're interested to attend, then send nyo lang sa kanila yung ating link. No, we are also live streaming at YouTube right now, so pwede nyo ring i-visit yung aming YouTube page. Okay, and if you do so, no, please leave a like or subscribe, no, doon na rin sa ating YouTube channel. So para doon sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala sa akin, no, again, I'm Doc Chino Paulo M. Samson. I am the President and overall review coordinator of Focus Review Center. Okay, and I'm currently a pathology resident at an institution here at Luzon. Proud Pangasinense, of course, and again, no, from the bottom of my heart, maraming tuned dun sa dulo kasi we have a short ano lang naman, small raffle for those who registered doon sa ating session for tonight. Okay, so before I introduce our guest, no, for this evening, bigyan ko lang kayo ng short primer, okay, for the PLE. So meron bang nagbibilang sa inyo how many days na lang, okay, ang natitira for the next PLE? That's April 2024 PLE, to be exact. That's April 7. Okay, April 7, di ba? So merong nagka-count sa inyo kung ilan? So it's actually okay, just ilan, no? 136 days na lang, okay, before the PLE, no? So parang malayo if you think about it in the context of days, okay, in the context of days. Pero um if you try to like convert it, no, sa months, actually it's just only 4 months and 15 days. So 4.5 months. Imagine, no, you don't even have 6 months, no, for the review. No, and if you convert that into weeks, okay, that's only around 19 weeks. Okay, 19 weeks, tama ba, no? So 19 weeks, no, kasi correct, no, 4 months and 15 days. So 19 weeks and 3 days, I think. So parang malayo pa pero actually malapit na, okay, yung board exam. That's why it's very important at this early stage, no, ng preparation for the PLEs. You are already okay focused, okay, on the PLE. Alam niyo na, and you are looking forward to taking the PLE this April 2024, and you are already doing something, okay, para okay ma-increase yung chance mo, okay, ma-increase yung chance mo to pass the board exam. Kasi naniniwala ako all of us, okay, nandun tayo sa pinakamababang level of passing, no, before we prepare really, okay, for the board exam. And during our preparation, no, habang tayo nag-aaral towards the board exam, we recall kung ano yung mga natutunan natin during med school, and then we increase our chances slowly until the day of the board exam comes. Okay, so a little bit of information about the April 2024 exam, especially for those who will be taking the board exam this April 2024. Ano yung mga kailangan nating malaman? So again, no, the physician licensure exam for next year is actually scheduled on, the next one is scheduled on April 7 and 8, 14 and 15. That's two Sunday and Mondays. Okay, and these are the key venues: NCR Baguio, Cagayan de Oro, Cebu, Davao, Iloilo, Legazpi, Lucena, Pampanga, Rosales, Tacloban, Tuguegarao, and Zamboanga City. Okay, that's on April 7. Okay, you can begin filing as early as December 22. Okay, and the last day of filing will actually be February 22, 2024. Okay, so expected date of release, that's April 18. Okay. So for our program this evening, we'll just have a short background about the PLE. So about Focus Review Center then, no, I'll give you a short introduction, and then I'll introduce our guests for this evening. I know you are very much excited, okay, to ask your very own questions with them. Okay, and of course, no, yun nga, no, at the end of the session, no, we'll have a short raffle lang naman, short raffle. Okay. So again, no, we're Focus Review Center. We are relatively new, okay, in the medicine review space. Okay, we've been around 2020. Okay, so we've been around 3 years already by now. But marami na kaming natulungang doctors, no, and we have at the same time, no, while helping doctors pass, we also help, okay, other doctors, okay, become top-notchers, such as itong mga nakikita nyo ngayon sa screen ninyo, no, from September 2021 to October, November 2021, March 2022, October 2022, okay, March 2023, and of course recently, in the last October 2023 board examinations. Okay, so we're currently offering four programs, okay, in Focus, and I think the most important and most relevant, especially for those who will be taking the April 2024 exam, will be our Focus Comprehensive Review Program. So this is a 6-month review program. Okay, pero actually, no, parang sabi nga natin kanina, parang 4 months na lang siya if you think about it, no. No, so but we actually began last week, no? So that's from November to April 2024, comprising of 12 to 16 hours of lecture per subject. Okay, that includes your tier 1, which are foundational lectures, tier 2, special topics and total recalls, and tier 3, which is your final coaching and rapid review sessions. We also have our diagnostics, midterms, final exams. Okay, you get access to our new website and student portal. Okay, you get access to our high-yield handouts, access to high-yield review materials, and of course, special online mentorship. And this is the schedule. Actually, the first day, okay, of the first lecture will begin on Saturday pa lang, no, that's physiology. I will be handling that session. So if meron pa sa inyo ang interested to enroll, okay, pwede pa kayong humabol, no? Kasi ang technically, ang na-miss nyo pa lang is the diagnostic exam. And all of the sessions naman of Focus are recorded. So, if you cannot attend that day, okay, pwede mo naman siyang balikan through our website and student portal. Okay? So, you can scan this QR code to go to the registration form. Okay, I would like to also mention this one. We have what we call our Rise Up program for retakers of the board exam. So the standard fees for our comprehensive review program is 16,000. No, but we offer 25% discount on fees. Okay, for all PLE retakers. No, so if you're a PLE retaker considering enrolling in a review center for your preparation this April 2024. Okay, nawawala ba yung aking audio? Hello? Okay, narinig? Okay na ba? Oh, yan, okay na. Okay, sorry. No, so again, no, we also have scholarships. So if you're interested to apply, then you believe you're qualified, we have two academic scholarship for those who have exemplary performance in their academics during their med school days. And of course, our Dux Ducis scholarship for student leaders naman ito. Okay, so if you are interested to apply, no, please message our Facebook page. Okay, so we can forward you the details, the requirements, okay, na kailangan natin for application. Okay? And besides that program, yung aming comprehensive review program, we also have, okay, of course, no, yung tier 3 programs natin, final coaching and rapid review. This is already included for those who enroll in the comprehensive review. No, but we usually open it, okay, kasi marami talagang interested to enroll, kay mga around siguro no mga 2 months, okay, before the review. But the actual review is 1 month, okay, before the board examination. Okay, and of course, we have our booster review program. This is an ongoing program right now. It began on August and designed naman siya for our clerks and interns. Okay, so if any of you are interested to any of our programs, no, just simply message us in our page, Facebook page. That's Focus Review Center. Search nyo lang siya sa Facebook. You can also visit our website, focusreviewcenter.com. Okay, and mag-leave kayo doon ng question. No, meron kami doong specific part ng aming page where you can leave comments, questions, and queries. Okay. So again, no, as I've mentioned, let's have a short briefer of the PLE. So the PLE is a 4-day examination consisting of 12 subjects. By now, I know you are well familiar kung ano yung mga subjects na iti-take ninyo, no? And lagi kong sinasabi, no, what makes the physician licensure exam really, really difficult and outstanding, no, compared dun sa mga ibang board examinations is the okay, vastness. Okay, yung lawak, okay, ng kailangan nating aralin. So, imagine you have to put that all in your mind, okay, and you have to master them in order to pass the board examination. So it's not an easy task, definitely. Okay, and these are the members of the board. So currently, this is headed by Dr. Dalmacion, and the members are Dr. Almoro, Dr. Nukum, Dr. Antonio, Dr. Laksamana, and Dr. Remo. Okay, so they were the last ones that actually administered the exam this October 2023. Okay, so here are the application requirements. So birth certificate, marriage contract for married female applicants, 2 certificates of good moral character from any 2 of the following. Okay, so medical school where you graduated from, or from the institution where you took your internship, or from an indigenous community, okay, where you belong. Okay, and also certificate of postgraduate internship, your diploma, and the transcript of records. Okay. So I think that's good enough as a briefer for the board exam. If you are interested to know more about the board exam, you can visit the PRC website. You can also ask directly to our page, no, and assist namin kayo, no, especially with this application and requirements na kailangan ninyo for the board exam. Okay? So with that, since this is Talk with the Topnotchers, okay, punta na tayo doon sa, okay, no, sa main goal natin for this evening, and that is to know, okay, and ask questions doon sa ating mga guest speakers for this evening. But before that, of course, no, let me just introduce our guest, okay, for tonight. And again, no, maraming salamat sa kanilang dalawa for giving their time and effort, okay, in this interview. I am really sure that they are going to inspire you, no, so makinig kayo mabuti sa kanilang mga babanggitin for tonight. Okay, so our first speaker is of course, no, okay, the first placed, okay, siya yung, ito yung literal na top notcher. Okay, kasi yung mga 2 to 10, okay, kagaya ko, I placed 5th, okay, in the November 2023 November 2020 exam, no. Top notchers lang kami, no? Pero sila yung totoong top notcher, no? Meaning nasa taas talaga, no? He is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology in Velis College, okay? And he placed 9th in the 2018 Medical Technology licensure exam, okay? And of course, no, he took his Doctor of Medicine degree at CIM, and in the last October 2023 PLE, okay, he placed first. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, no, Dr. Justin Riley Lam. Doc Lam, good evening, and maraming salamat for giving us your time here at Focus. No, I think Doc Lam is here. Yeah,
Good
no.
evening, Doc Chino. Thank you for having me, and good evening to everyone listening.
Yon, okay. So, of course, the second one is, okay, a former student of Focus Review Center. Okay, he is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Public Health in the University of the Philippines, Manila, and he took his Doctor of Medicine degree at University of Santo Tomas, okay, finishing with flying colors, magna cum laude. Okay, and in the last board exam, he placed 10th naman, okay, in the October 2023 PLE. No, and really when he was taking the examinations here at Focus, no, we really saw his potential. Okay, nakita na namin yung potential niya, no, to top the boards, and yun na nga, no, here now he placed 10th in the last board exam. So let me introduce to you to Dr. Josiah Keith Domingo. Doc Josiah, good evening, and maraming salamat din for joining us tonight.
Good evening, Sir Chino. Good evening rin po sa lahat ng ating viewers.
Yan. Okay. So, without further ado, no, simulan na natin yung tanungan kasi alam ko our audience, they are very much excited kung ano yung mga mai-share ng ating mga guest, okay, for this evening. Okay, so again, no, these are tips, strategies, and FAQs, and ang magiging format natin is I'm going to ask a few questions. Some of these are prepared questions by me, okay, and then later on, no, we'll be asking yung mga sined na questions coming from our audience. Meron ng mga nag-advance na nag-send ng tanong, and maybe, no, at the end, no, kung meron pa kayong mga additional questions that you would like to ask, okay, our guest, then you can type it on the chat box, no, even during the interview kung meron kayong mga tanong, no, tanong nyo lang, no, in our chat box. Okay, so let's begin. And of course, ang gustong-gustong malaman ng lahat, okay, how does it feel to have passed and of course stopped in the PLE, no? Siguro unahin natin kagad si Doc Justin being the first place in the October 2023 PLE. Doc Justin, how does it feel to have passed and of course stopped in the PLE?
Thank you for the question. So for me, I feel so happy, but at the same time, it feels so surreal. I still can't believe it until even now. Like when I wake up, I feel like it's still a dream.
Yan. Thank you, Doc. Is it a life-changing moment for you? Anong ko lang?
Yeah, I would think so. It's more so for my family members also.
Dumami siguro yung friend request kagad ni Doc Justin, no? nung gabi na lumabas yung results. How about Doc Josiah? How does it feel to have passed and top, okay, in the PLE?
Actually, Sir Chino, kung totoo lang, hindi pa rin nagsisink in talaga eh. Na nandun yung pangalan namin sa top 10. But again, super thankful, super happy kasi to just pass yung PLE, blessing na siya. What more to top? Yun po.
Yes, yes, I believe that, no? So, yung pagpasa pa lang is really difficult, no? Sabi ko nga, given the no, lawak, no, ng ating discipline, but to be in the top 10, yung mga best students, it's really a blessing, and no, nakakagulat yan, no? Nakakagulat yan. It's a life-changing moment. Okay, let's answer the next question here. When did you, okay, let me just flash this. When did you begin studying for the boards? And do you think studying early has an advantage for the boards?
Okay, so for me personally, looking back, I really studied hard after PGI ship, so that's around 2.5 months, right? But looking back, putting book to body, seeing patients, and then their different diseases, and reading about it, maybe it also helped a lot, especially during PGI ship. Not necessarily for the boards directly, but in the grand scheme of things, it really helped a lot.
So, nag-aaral ka rin talaga during internship, no, Doc Justin, no? Matanong ko lang, no? How were you able to like kasi para sa aming mga mere mortals lamang, no? Napakahirap minsan pagsabayin ang duties, hospital duties, syempre pagod ka na, no? And then at when you go home, you get to read, ganun ba? Or you just use your spare time? Paano naging
Uh,
technique mo for that?
Probably using the spare time. Kasi there are dead times naman, dead air times during duty. So finding time to read about what you just saw para it gets easier to digest later on.
Yan, okay. Now, how about Doc Josiah? When did you begin studying for the boards? And do you think studying early has an advantage for the boards?
Definitely, Sir Gino. The earlier you start, the better. Mas lalong tataas talaga yung chances of passing. And totoo yung sinasabi nung, I'm sure most of our professors, regardless of the med school, yung sinasabi nila na studying for the board exam starts during first year medicine talaga. As in the amount of knowledge that you will accumulate during yung first 3 to 4 years of medicine proper, malaking tulong siya. And with regards naman to PGI ship, sa Maddox kasi naka-double loop po kami na setting. So, yung first loop ng major rotations, talagang inalam ko muna yung loopholes para maging efficient na intern. And then nung saka na pumasok yung second loop, dun ko na sinabay yung aral for the board exams.
Okay, no? So thank you very much for that, no? So I think napakaganda, no? Doc Josiah was able to parang create his own schedule, no? Para sa board exam, and that's very good. Just a side question, no, kay Doc Justin. Kasi since alam natin, Doc Justin, you already topped the boards previously nung 2018, no, for MedTech. When you maganda kasi yung sinabi ni Doc Josiah that you begin studying for the boards on day one of med school. Were you like during your med school days, were you like aiming na gusto ko I will top again the boards, no, for medicine for Doc Justin, no, kasi top notcher na siya previously.
Yeah, in some way, yes, because I actually took the medtech licensure exam while already in med school. So I
Mm.
wasn't able to study as hard. So I wanted to make it a point nga, what if I try to focus and really just think of one exam rather than, juggling other stuff and then see where it goes. And then just lucky enough to, get what I wanted.
No? So ibang klase talaga level ni Doc Justin, no? So he took the board exam ng medtechs, okay, while studying med, and he still topped the boards, no? So imagine, no? So ibang klase, no? So anyway, let's move on to the next question. This one, maraming interested to know perhaps, no? How long did you study per day? Okay, this time unahin naman natin si Doc Josiah. Can you answer this question? How long did you study per day, Doc Josiah?
Usually per day, ang allotted time ko is mga 14 to 16 hours. Pero hindi siya yung straight na 14 to 16 hours. Naka per block siya, Sir Chino. So let's say, first 4 hours, let's say makakagantong number of pages ako sa reviewer, and then kain mo na ng lunch, or kunwari talagang inaantok, then magsisiesta, and then another set ng 4 hours. Tapos dinner naman, or minsan magja-jogging pampa-distress, and then yung next 4 hour na block. So naka-separate siya, pero at least may progression ako per day.
How about Doc Justin? So 14 to 16 hours for Doc Josiah. How about Doc Justin?
Yeah, around similar time, like 12-ish on hours on average per day. So I usually start around 8 a.m., 8 to 9, and then I end also 8 to 9 p.m. So I kind of like made it as duty. So I just continued my duty days during PGI shift para, not to change the body clock.
Oh, ang galing nun, no? So parang think of it as duty. Pwede, no? Okay. So think of the review as duty. Okay? Extension of your duty during PGI ship. Ito, no? Another question. When is the best time to study? I know for every individual si Doc Justin.
I sir. So for me, I think the best time was just my usual time, the 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. thing. I'm the type of person that really cannot study sa early morning. So yung mga from 12 midnight to 3 a.m. I just can't. So I just stuck with my schedule and went through it the past few months.
How about si Doc Josiah? Is it the same umaga ka nag-aaral or gabi?
Oh, Sir Chino, morning person din kasi ako. So usually talaga 6 gising na ako niyan. Tapos and then ang gagawin ko is maliligo na ako para gising na gising na. And then by 7 start na ako mag-aral. So
Oo.
talagang naka-concentrate siya sa daylight rather than sa gabi.
So tulog kayo sa gabi. Okay, gano'n lang ano natin 'no. Pahinga talaga 'no kapag gabi. Ako kasi ano quite I remember during my time reviewing, medyo erratic 'no yung schedule ko. There was a period na I was studying more on sa mga madaling araw 'no, but as I approach the boards more on the day 'no, gano'n ang ginawa ko 'no. Buti na lang I was able to adjust my body clock as well 'no. Ito 'no, another question perhaps na gustong malaman ng audience natin, ah, reading notes, okay, versus answering questions, what's better? Okay, Doc Justin, what do you hello, hello. Doc Justin, what do you think, reading notes versus answering questions for you?
Yeah. Yeah, so actually during my med school days, reading notes was probably would be my answer. But then during my clerkship, I was able to take the USMLE. So I took it during clerkship, and then I learned that answering questions was actually better, actively recalling and trying to think of answers given by the question. So in the long run, I think that made it stick more than just passively reading. So answering questions will be better.
Yun, no? So answering questions, no? Especially when you understand the rationalization, no? Siguro, no? I believe, no? How about Doc Josiah? Baka iba ang kanyang approach.
If we're going to stick sa PLE per se, Sir Chino, the best talaga for me also would be answering questions. Pero we should take it with a grain of salt na we shouldn't just memorize yung answer to the questions, but rather learn yung theory behind kung bakit yun yung answer dun sa question. So, yun yung mas important para sa akin. Kasi parang ang for me, based sa experience ko, most students kasi parang nagiging samplex based learning na lang. And I mean kasi pero kasi dapat hindi talaga ganun sa medicine. So dapat alam talaga natin or hasa tayo sa yung theories tsaka laws that govern yung body of medicine.
Yan, so tama, no? I agree, no? So dapat, I think what he's trying to say is, we should understand no yung mga concepts behind those questions no, and wag lang tayong umasa doon na baka babalik tong tanong no sa board exam no. Dapat I think hindi ganun ang ating mentality for the boards, and I would agree no. Answering questions really okay practices your critical thinking skills, okay, at the same time no nahahasa yung ano no yung ability mo to apply no what you know to the questions themselves. How about this one? Ito no, with regards to the PLE itself. What was the hardest subject for you in the board exam in the October 2023 boards, and what is the easiest? Okay, Doc Justin, for you.
For me, the hardest were PrevMed, anatomy, and pathology. So those coincided also with my scores, which were the lowest. And then the easiest for me were pharma, biochemistry, and um, IM or micro. So those coincided again with the score. So yeah, those were the subjects.
Okay, Can you elaborate on that, Doc? Why do you think yung mga napili mo, yung mga sinabi mong subjects that are the most difficult, bakit sila? And yung mga subjects na quite easy on your perspective, bakit sila yung madali?
Okay. So for the first three subjects, patho, prevmed, and anatomy, the questions per se were easy in a sense that you will understand the question. The problem is the broad the amount of info that you have to know with regards to those three subjects. So they can test anything, and a lot of trivial questions. So it's either you know it or you don't. You cannot rule out stuff. So if you don't know, then well, you just guess. With regards to the easier subjects, for pharma specifically, I think it's a little bit biased because um, I was afraid of pharma. Pharma was one of my hated subject during med school. I hated memorizing pharma, but then I realized maybe I just over prepared a little bit more for pharma compared to the other subjects. So that's what made it easier. And then with regards to micro and physio, um, being a med tech before also had its pros. So I had a bit more background with those subjects also. So I think it's really personal preference and what we had before that also, added to the how easy or hard the questions would be.
Ayan, thank you for that, Doc. How about Doc Josiah, no? What do you think were the most
For me, ang hardest would be PrevMed talaga. As in, kasi sobrang broad nung knowledge na kailangan mong malaman with regards to the subject. Hindi lang siya talaga yung what is primary prevention, secondary prevention, so on so forth. Tsaka physio kasi for physio, usually kasi 'di ba ang sinasabi nila sa BRS daw kumukuha, but apparently sa Guyton ata kumuha yung Board of Examiners ngayon. Tapos for the easiest subjects, for me, patho tsaka biochem. Kasi verbatim nilang kinopy-paste yung Robbins sa patho, and then Harper's tsaka USMLE na biochem portion for biochem.
Okay, no? So, yun, no? So, yung mga audience natin, markahan nyo na. Pero I think, palagi namang pinakamahirap yung PrevMed, no? May singit ko lang din, no? So, in every board exam, okay, yung dulo, yung PrevMed talaga will make you feel, no, that you're not going to pass, no? Kasi wild yung mga tanong, no? Kumbaga kung saan-saan sila nakukuha. But, yun, no? Okay, so, next question. Ito, no, more of a siguro, no, practical question, no. Uh, what if I did not read a lot during my med school days? Okay, what will you advise me? Okay, Doc Josiah, unahin natin.
If I did not read a lot during my med school days, siguro the best advice that I could give is take the amount of time that you have left seriously, and assess yourself. Kasi syempre you have meron ka naman dapat knowledge kung ano yung weaknesses mo during med school. So therefore dun mo siya mas bibigyan ng focus as compared to the subjects na that you passed even without studying or giving much effort, then less energy yung ilalaan mo for those subjects.
How about Doc Justin? Paano pag hindi masyadong nakapag-aral during med school? So what will you advise me?
Yeah, I agree with what Dr. Saya said. So making sure that you have a lot of the time, but also for me, I think the Pareto principle, meaning from what I know is around 80% of the questions come from 20% of the topics. So parang just focus on the most high-yield topics because it gives you the best chance of passing. Anyway, you don't have to know everything. You just have to know enough to pass. And I think knowing the most high-yield stuff would be important, especially if you haven't read enough during the pass. Because, it's hard to digest, but sometimes learning 5 years in 2 months, sometimes it gets really, really difficult. So you really have to choose wisely. And I think that comes also with experience and also from other point of views with regards to what topics may be high yield or not.
So yan, no? So it's a reality naman talaga, no, that sa lawak ba naman ng medicine, you cannot really study anything. So I would agree with that, no. You just have to set your focus perhaps on certain topics that you know are very relevant to practice, relevant to know as a physician, and you know that has a history of being asked siguro in the board exam, no, focus on these topics. And no, Pareto principle, no? Sabi nga ni Doc Justin, no? 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. No? Yun yung pinakasama rin nung rule na yun, no? So siguro at this junction, I'd like to ask some questions being forwarded here by our audience, no? So merong nagtanong dito, good evening, doctors. How did you maintain your discipline in studying during the review session? Okay, unahin natin si Doc Justin. How did you maintain your discipline? Okay, perhaps sa mga pinakamahirap.
Yeah, I think that's the most challenging part of review, finding the motivation to study. So initially, you don't feel like studying because you feel like it's so far away. Malayo pa, 100 days, 80 days. And then as you get closer, you feel like, hala, why does this time go by so fast? So I guess for me, pacing and rest. Like you really have to find time to rest because there will be days that you do not want to study. And I totally agree with that. I understand that. And you need to find time for yourself also because, you know, you need to be at your best when answering and studying. So rest, work-life balance should be there. More on the work, less on the life, but still at balance.
Mhm. So in connection with that, Doc, no, kasi meron ding isang related na question dito. Tanungin na rin kita. Ah, what is an alternative entertainment and recreation that will not interfere with your focus sa review? I think this is a very good question, no? Kasi sometimes we feel burnout, kailangan natin ng ano din, no, recreational activities, no? So what do you think is an alternative entertainment and recreation that will not interfere with your focus for the review?
I think for me, because when I studied in schools in our library, so I also had other board takers with me there, and I think we found down times when we ate lunch together, had dinner together, just talking about other stuff. So at least during that time, we don't think about anything, and maybe we complain. Misery loves company, but at least when we get back to our work habits, it's just work. But it really depends on the person, what or how you use your time. Okay, kasi me personally, I like to watch YouTube videos, Netflix, but to other people, they want more physical activities. It really depends.
Yeah, so thank you, Doc. No, how about Doc Josiah? How do you maintain your discipline
With regards sa discipline tsaka focus, ayun nga. So number one, for me kasi gumawa ako ng schedule talaga. So let's say 1 to 3 days mag-aaral ako ng biochem, pero hindi ko um I did not set yung number of pages na dapat ko matapos, parang if that makes sense. So basta 3 days mag-aaral ako ng biochem regardless kung matapos ko yung handouts or yung books or yung selected chapters sa books, and then magmo-move on na ako. And I stuck to that schedule. Also, as a form of outlet, talaga sa hapon, it's either mag-jogging ako or magbabike ako. And then at the end of the day, para meron akong something to look forward to, ayun, magvi-video call kasama yung jowa ko. So para at least, 'di ba, may form of release ng stress.
yun, no? So may inspirasyon no, at the very end, no, for Doc Josiah, no? Ah, so nabanggit na niya, no, alternative biking and things like that. Tanungin ko na rin to sa iyo, Doc, no? Meron kasing additional question dito. Is it okay to be on social media while on review? Or do you think na we should avoid it for Doc Josiah?
For me, if yung social media naka-help kasi siya sa akin. Pero ayun, again, kailangan mo rin talaga ng certain amount of discipline kasi syempre uh, I know most of us na addict na sa IG or sa FB, yung Reels, 'di ba? Yung swipe lang tayo ng swipe pataas, 'di ba?
Mm.
Hanggang sa nakakailang videos na tayo. Ayun, so usually ang social media ko would be on the hours na allotted for rest. Ayun, as in man to sawa ka mag-social media doon. And then yun nga. So, and then minsan nanonood rin ako ng NBA from time to time sa YouTube. But again, stick to your schedule. Tsaka kung time ng rest, time ng rest. Pero kung time ng aral, time ng aral.
Yun, no? So, I think yung pinaka main point talaga ni Dr. Saya there was stick to your schedule, no? So, gumawa ka ng schedule mo, you stick to it no matter what. Okay, because it's the best way to discipline yourself, no? I believe also, no, tama yun. No, so, again, there's another question here. Doc, pwedeng pa-ask, I think ang point ng question is ano yung ginagawa mo as during the review? Are you using highlighters, taking notes, or just plain reading? Doc Justin, ano natin, no? Are you using highlighters, notes, plain reading?
For me, I did not use anything, so I just had soft copies of the notes. So I'm not really the believer of highlighters or pencils or ball pens. It really depends, but sometimes I regret stuff. For example, in med school, I don't use anything. I just read the book, and then after the exam, when I have to look for the questions that I'm looking for, it's hard because I did not highlight. So there are drawbacks, um, because my thought process is that when I highlight stuff, I feel like I have that parang anxiety that I might miss something because I only highlight stuff and not the other. So I just try to read everything and then um, apply what I read to questions. So again, I think it goes back to answering questions. Like reading can only get you so far, and applying what you learn is, I think, still more important.
Yeah. How about Doc Josiah? Um, yeah, no, with regards to highlighting, okay, reading notes, plain reading, what's your take on that?
With regards to that, kasi ako, ang style ko, minimum ako at least dalawang basa ng mga topics. So, the first basa, wala akong gagawing highlight. As in, chill na basa lang, babasahin ko lahat yung paragraph word per word. And then, kung ano yung matandaan ko, then that's it. And then yung next na basa ko, doon na ako magpe-pencil. Usually, hindi na ako nag-highlighter. Usually, pencil lang. Tapos, i-circle ko lang or i-underline ko yung mga important na words. And then, kagaya ng sinabi ni Doc Justin. So, and then once na feel mo na ready ka na or na-accumulate mo na yung knowledge na dapat mong ma-absorb, then mag-active recall ka using the samplexes or yung exams. Yan.
Okay, no? So I think medyo inuulan tayo ng tanong dito, no? So if may mga hindi man ako ma-mention na questions, forgive me, no? I think I'll just mention yung mga I think are hindi pa na-highlight. This one I think very good. Uh, have you ever spent a day during the review season na walang inaral? AKA a mental health break. Okay, Doc Justin. As in walang inaral for a whole day.
Yes and no. So not necessarily one full day per se, but parang half a day in one day, then after a few days another half a day. Parang because the anxiety still builds up. Like when you feel like, "Kala, I haven't studied the whole day." But again, for me personally, that's how it works for me. Like I like it more distributed over a course of a week rather than just one day. Because I still get burnt out eventually anyway. So at least I distribute my rest throughout the week and throughout the season.
How about Doc Josiah? Nagkaroon ka ba ng ganun, mental health break for a day?
Yung mental health break ko usually napupunta sa sa yung kasi let's face it, sobrang hassle mag-apply sa PRC. As in, 'di ba, pupunta ka pa, hihingi ka na requirements from your med school, hihingi ka nung good moral character from your parish, and then mag-apply ka sa LERIS, and then pupunta ka dun sa mismong PRC site. So, it takes a day, which is, yun nga, hindi ka nga talaga makakaaral. And then yun, tinitake ko na as mental health break yun. And then, syempre, since yung may mga PRC satellites sa mall, And then doon ako nag-register for the board exam. So after doon, namamasyal na ako para pamparelax na din. And then usually mga every 3 weeks yun kami nung jowa ko parang nagsiset kami ng date para at least yun para at least hindi rin yung parang nagiging monotonous yung pag video call namin every night. At least we get to see each other pa rin kahit papaano.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, no. I think the technique is very good, no. Sabay mo siya dun sa mga ibang kailangan mong gawin, no. Kung meron kang ibang kailangan gawin, take it as your mental health break perhaps, no. Kasi since hindi ka rin naman makakapag-aral truly, no, kapag gano'n. No, so I think natin, no, kasi I remember there was a former student, former top notcher actually, no, one of na na-interview natin last time na during the review period ay naghiwalay sila, okay, ng kanyang jowa. No, so what would you advise, no, if that happens, or would you advise for that to actually happen, no, pag yung isa hirap na sa kanyang sked, teka muna, no, pwede bang i-limit natin, or would you advise otherwise? No, unahin natin si Doc Josiah since na-touch na niya.
For me kasi, I've been lucky na yung girlfriend ko nakapasa na ng PLE. So I guess naka-help siya in a way na naintindihan niya kung ano yung pinagdadaanan ko. And sobrang thankful ako na naging supportive siya, hindi siya naging demanding sa time. So in that regard, sobrang swerte ko sa kanya. Pero let's say in the instance na yun nga, yung kabaliktaran naman, sobrang demanding ng jowa mo or parang magbe-break kayo, syempre added stress yun. But doon pa rin papasok yung discipline eh. How much do you want to pass the PLE? If mas matimbang sa'yo yun, as compared doon sa breakup mo with your significant other, then most definitely you'll find the resources, the time, and the discipline to study and pass the PLE.
Yan. How about si Doc Justin? Baka meron siyang inputs din dyan.
Dr. Josiah said it very well. I have nothing more to add.
Okay. Sige. So, anyway, again, another question here. I think this is very good. The question is, how do you study on the days that you don't feel like studying? No? So, tinatamad, parang overwhelmed. Okay. So, Doc Justin, can you shed light on that?
For me, I try to take a break first and then try to mentally reset and then try to read again. And then if not, reset again. Because I think when we are burnt out or tired, I think it just means that we just need a little bit of rest. We've been pushing ourselves too much. So finding that rest, mental reset, and then slowly take steps to review again. So you don't have to push yourself because again, the PLE review season, that's a marathon. It's not a race. So you don't have to sprint all the way. You have to take your time and make sure you have progress.
How about Doc Justin, no? Pag talagang hindi tinatamad kang mag-aral that day, parang no inspiration to study that day, what do you do? Doc Josiah, sorry.
For me kasi Sir Chino, yung progress itself, motivation siya, it's enough motivation for me na the fact na alam ko na at least let's say 5 pages ako, that's motivation enough for me to go an extra 5 pages. Let's say ganun. And then, ayun nga, have something to look forward to each day, regardless kung ano man yun. Let's say, having dinner with your loved ones, or yun nga, having a video call with your significant other, or let's say, baka makakanood ka ng isa pang episode ng K-drama or whatnot. So, find that extra boost or yung something to look forward to at the end of the day or at the end of the block of hours that you are studying.
Yeah, no. So thank you so much for those answers. And I think no tama no, when you're overwhelmed, you need to rest, no. Kailangan magpahinga, and napakaganda rin look forward to something at the end of the day. No? When you finish your task for the day, Okay, bigay ka ng konting reward 'no, sa sarili mo. I think that's very good. Okay, so proceeding now to some of our questions here. Um, ito no, I think very very good din 'no. Do you think, I should review in a review center or, how can a review center help, in the preparation for the boards? Unahin natin si Doc Justin, Doc Justin.
Um, yeah, for me personally, I would if I had to go back all over again, I would still review in a review center. I think the fact that the review centers we have right now have so much experience with what they can give. So at least we get guided because I know for us first time takers, second time takers, we only know up to that point. But for the review centers, they already know so much about the PLE and they can definitely help. Again, studying on your own is not a problem at all. I think the review center helped me with my discipline also, giving me goals, giving me a schedule, so at least I can also follow it.
Okay, how about, Doc, Josiah?
For me also same with Doc Justin, no. So for me sobrang helpful ng review center kasi sila yung parang naging guide for me to create yung personal schedule ko. So also I'll take it as a point also to thank yung Focus family for giving me for giving me this scholarship and for giving me this opportunity to tell you guys kung ano yung naging journey ko towards the PLE. For me, ipa-plug ko na rin talaga yung Focus na nakatulong sila lalo na yung mga exams nila. Sobrang helpful for me. Lalo na yun nga, nahasa nga yung theory with regards to yung mga subjects sa PLE. So, ayun. For me, helpful talaga ang review center.
Yeah, thank you for that, Doc. And of course, from the bottom of my heart, as your former mentor, maraming maraming salamat for that, no? Ito siguro, no, what is your biggest realization after you took the PLE? Doc Justin, unahin natin. After you took and now you've passed the PLE, what is your biggest realization?
For me, I think it's the end of a journey and start of another journey. Like looking back, it's been 5 years since the start of our journey, and this is just a culmination of the past 5 years. And looking forward to residency. So the realization that you also have the responsibility already of caring for a patient. Before, as an intern, you always had somebody to call. You had somebody to make sure that you were right. But being a licensed physician, soon to be after the whole taking, it's all up to you now. So that responsibility tends to sink in at this point.
So parang nakakatuwa at the same time nakakakaba, no? Because now you're already on your own, kumbaga, no? You're going to practice and in every time you meet a patient, naganda dun sabi ni Doc Justin eh, dati ang nakataya yung lisensya ng residente mo nung consultant mo eh. Ngayon, yung sarili mo ng lisensya yung nakataya, no? Every time you meet a patient, you give diagnosis and okay, you provide treatment to this patient. So how about Doc Josiah?
For me, realization ko number one, after taking the PLE, it's a blessing. Kasi hindi lahat ng high school graduates nakapunta sa pre-med course. And then number two, hindi lahat ng nakakatapos ng pre-med nakakapasok na medicine. Number three, next, hindi lahat ng pag-medicine ay nakakapag-take agad ng PLE. And then again, hindi rin lahat ng nakakapag-PLE ay nakakapasa. So for that, malaking blessing na siya for me to go straight from pre-med to med to PLE and then now to residency. And then another one, it's a privilege. And number three, it's a challenge kasi nga again, buhay na ng tao yung hawak natin and we should always aim for the best sa lahat ng patients na hahawakan natin.
Yan. So, thank you very much for those answers, Doc. Ito siguro, another big question, somehow related to one of the questions of our students here. No, so sabi dito, no, I failed in the last PLE. So, ibig sabihin, I am a retaker now. No, so what can I do to help raise my chance of passing the next PLE or um, what advice would you give me, ano, as a retaker
So for me, I think first take a break. You no matter you fail or you pass, you've done a good job. You studied hard. Unfortunately, not everyone can pass. That's just the reality of the PLE. Second, I think you have to self-assess. Like the rating is out, so at least we know which areas we need to work on. So I think that would be helpful. But again, take it with a grain of salt also, because what may be in season this PLE might not be seasoned next PLE. So, but at least fundamentally, where we can work on. At the same time, um, knowing that, accepting the result, and then knowing that you can do better. Of course, time is important. Giving time to areas we are weaker, and then overall, just giving it again your best shot. Do not be discouraged. It is not a race for everybody. It's at your own pace. Whether that's first, second, third take, doesn't matter. You only need to pass it once. As long as you pass it once, you're good. So don't not be discouraged.
Yes, amen to that, no? Ang ganda, no? You only need to pass it once, 'di ba? You only need to pass it once. How about the Doc Josiah?
Yeah,
Uh,
yes sir.
for re-
Mahalaga yung sinabi ni Doc Justin yung self-assessment. Pero always no, even if you did not pass for the first time, give yourself a pat in the back for studying hard and having the courage to take the PLE kasi 'di ba? May mga people rin naman who applied sa PRC ayaw na mag-take ng PLE. So the fact that you took the PLE, although again unfortunately you have to take it another time, no, give yourself a pat on the back for trying. And then self-assessment, if ginawa mo naman yung best mo, hindi ka lugi kasi meron kang natutunan during your journey during studying. So pag ganon, again, ayun ulit, self-assessment. Saan sa tingin mo mas kailangan mo mag-focus, and then from there, mag-build ka ng momentum towards your retake ng PLE.
Yan, no? If I may also give my advice, no, para sa lahat ng mga ganon yung kanilang case, no? So number one is for me, it's important to magpahinga muna, no, rest, no? Kasi alam ko sometimes the emotional effect, okay, of not making it sa board exam is napakabigat yon for some people. Beginning to study as early as ganito na kaagad, no, parang para sa kanila, no, hindi nila talaga kaya or the concentration is not there. Number two, no, kung nakapagpahinga ka na, okay, hanapin mo yung support, okay, coming from your loved ones, okay, yung mga alam mong we're there, no, from you from day one, no, hanapin mo yung support nila kasi sila yung kahit na ano man mangyari, no, especially your family. I always say, no, kahit na ikaw ay ilang beses na bumagsak, no, sa board exam, your family, you will always be there for you. Okay, na nandiyan sila, no, kasi nandiyan sila nung hindi ka pa doktor, eh, no, so why will they not be there, no, if dumating yung mga ganitong pagkakataon sa buhay. And ikatlo, yung sabi ko nga, very important as they have mentioned as well, self-assessment. Sana, no, when you took the board exam, unfortunately, you were not able to make it, no, anong kailangan gawin? Learn, okay, from the mistakes, learn from the things, no, na maaring naging deficiency mo. And in connection to that, merong magandang question dito, tanungin ko sa ating dalawang guests. Docs, for the retakers, no, or I think siguro mas magandang way ng pagtatanong dito is, if meron ka mang mistake that you think you have done during the review, which kung babalik ka is hindi mo na uulitin yon, okay, ano yon, and what is your advice to avoid those mistakes? Okay, Doc Justin, na natin.
For me, not starting earlier. I think most of us will agree, those who took the boards, that we regret not starting earlier. So if I had to do it all over again, I would have started way, way earlier. And it paces yourself to learn stuff and not cram, because when you cram things, you tend to forget them after a while. Like when you read your first pass on the notes, and then the second pass, you feel like it's reading the first pass again because you forgot na. rather than understanding the concepts, taking your time, eventually in the long run, it will help. So maybe starting earlier would still be something how I would have done.
And starting early. No, very, very good. How about Doc Josiah? No?
Siguro in relation to that, parang i-rephrase ko lang, having a better sense of urgency. Kasi, ayun nga, we all know nakakapagod yung internship, lalo na during yung pandemic time. Again, so lalo na yung sa amin, sa batch namin, parang months na lang yung titira sa amin to study. So, ayun, having a better sense of urgency. But without pressuring yourself. Dapat may balance ka na, dapat I need to study better or I need to learn these concepts. Pero at the same time, dapat hindi ko pinipressure yung sarili ko para rin may balance.
Yeah, no. So thank you for those answers. And siguro we will wrap this up with one last question for each of our guests. Ito, no? What will be your advice to future takers of PLE? Yeah, Doc Justin.
For me, you enjoy the journey. At the end of the day, no matter what, no matter how hard it is studying or reading, nobody loses when you study. You win by getting knowledge. Your patients win by getting the best care. So enjoy your time. Some of you might be clerks, some of you might be interns. Farther or near the board exam, just take your time, enjoy the process and journey, and make sure you thank your patients because again, they are the best teachers.
Yeah, no. So walang talo, no, in this journey. Okay, that's very, very, very good. How about Doc Josiah?
For me naman, have a sense of gratitude. Have a sense of gratitude in the sense na your guardians, your parents, napaaral nila kayo through pre-med and medicine, and sinusuportahan nila kayo hanggang sa pag-take nyo ng PLE and even siguro hanggang residency. So have a sense of gratitude, be thankful every day sa mga learning materials na meron sa harap nyo ngayon. Lahat yung highlighters nyo, most likely galing yan sa parents nyo. Yung laptop na kaharap nyo ngayon, yung iPad na kaharap nyo ngayon, yung ballpen na pinangsusulat nyo, lahat yan nanggaling sa loved ones nyo. And totoo yung saying na it takes a village to raise a doctor. Be thankful rin kayo kay God sa lahat ng blessings na binigay niya sa inyo. Be thankful to the patients you have encountered during your clerkship, your internship, and be thankful to your future patients na matutulungan nyo.
Yun, no? So magpasalamat sa lahat ng bagay. That's a very, very nice thing to wrap everything up. So with that, thank you very much doon sa ating dalawang guests, Doc Justin, Doc Josiah. I would just like to give you a virtual round of applause. Kung palakpakan natin silang lahat virtually, no? And at this junction, I would just like to give an appreciation as well, no, sa ating mga speakers for this evening, no? Mag-award lang kami na virtually ng certificate, no? So let me just mention the contents of our certificate here. Certificate of appreciation. So this certificate is presented to Dr. Justin Riley Wylam for sharing his valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Focus Review Center's talk with the Topnotchers, a primer to the PLE, tips, strategies, and frequently asked questions given this 23rd day of November in the year of our Lord 2023, and also to Doc Josiah Keith F. Domingo, okay, for sharing his valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Focus Review Center's Talk with the Top-Notchers, a primer to the PLE, tips, strategies, and frequently asked questions. So, doctors, Doc Justin, Doc Josiah, thank you very much. Maraming salamat for your time. And I do hope that they serve as inspiration, no, sa ating lahat. Okay na, no, tayo man ay magti-take ng board exam for the first time, no, take it as a challenge, no. Tayo man ay magti-take ng board exam as a retaker, learn from what our mistakes, no, kung ano yung mga nagkamali tayo dati, no, matutunan natin kung ano yung pagkukulang natin, and let's rise up. Okay, let's do better, okay, this time around, no. So maraming salamat again, and maraming salamat sa ating audience. So just to finalize, no, yung nasabi ko kanina, no, magkakaroon tayo ng okay konting prizes, no, para sa mga nandito pa. Okay, and remind ko lang no yung ating prizes is meron tayong two winners of 500 GCash dito no. 200 of two winners of 500 GCash no. So let me just project here the raffle screen sandali no. Ayan no, dito siya no. So unfortunately yung mga mananalo lang. So hindi pa si Doc Tricia yung nanalo ha, i-raffle pa natin siya no. Pero yung mga nag-register lang yung kasama sa ating raffle no. So okay, let me just rumble this up. Okay, and ayan no. Na natin, ang first winner natin would be yan no. Doc Goldlin Grapes Sanchez. Doc, I think Doc Golden is our student currently sa Compre no. So Doc Golden, if you're watching, okay, nanalo ka ng 500 GCash. No? So please send your GCash details to our page, okay, or PM me, no, para makuha ang iyong prize. And the second one, okay, would be, okay, rumble natin ulit. Yan. Isa pa. Okay, Doc Michelle Lagman. Okay, Michelle Kapangpangan Lagman. So two winners natin. Our secretary, please take note of winners natin, no? Doc Golden Grapes and Doc Michelle Kapangpangan Lagman. Okay? So with that, let me just project my screen here once again. Yung ating final words, no, just to end things up. So again no, maraming salamat sa ating mga guests, Doc Justin and Doc Josiah for inspiring our future doctors. Okay, kagaya nila. Okay, they were able to achieve something that is really sabi nga nila no, the experience is surreal. Okay, but naniniwala ko no that it is achievable no. We can pass the board exam, we can top the board exam. No, kaya natin yon. No? Kung nagawa nila, bakit hindi natin yon kakayanin as long as we do our best. And I would like to leave everybody with these words. No? One of my most favorite quotes. Okay, quote. Okay, by Dr. William Osler. The future is today. No, ibig sabihin, if you do something today, okay, that will reflect to your future. Okay? So, kung ano man yung bukas mo, okay, is affected by what you do today. So, begin. Okay? Magsimula ka na ngayon. No? If you begin today, definitely you can hope for a brighter tomorrow. So with that, maraming salamat for everyone who attended our event. For any questions or clarifications, you may message our Facebook page, Focus Review Center. Okay, visit our website, focusreviewcenter.com, or send us an email, focusreviewcenter@gmail.com, and you can follow me at this social media platforms. So kung wala nang mga additionals, maraming salamat for this session. Salamat sa ating mga guests and sa ating mga audience. And we hope to see you, hopefully, as students of Focus Review Center. Thank you very much, and God bless. As always, stay safe and stay focused. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you,
Sir
Doc
Chino,
Chino.
thank you.
Thank you, Joss.